Hey, welcome to part 2 of this Dior inspired beaded bag. And in this part, we are going to be working on the body of the bag. This tutorial is the body of the bag, and I used a magnetic lock to secure this bag. You can go ahead and do a zip. I have a full tutorial on the channel on how to do a zip if you so wish to do so on this bag. But for this particular video, and for this particular bag design, I decided to use a magnetic lock. Now without further ado, let's get right into the tutorial. Hopefully you've watched part 1 before coming to this video, because in part 1 we learned how to do this eyelet. So if you have not watched that video, go ahead and watch it. So you need 4 of these eyelets. Go ahead and do 4 of them, and then we're going to start our proper beading. Now I'm going to bead one side of this corner so that it's going to have an additional row, and this is going to extend the side of our bag. So I'm just going to add an additional row like this. So you can extend this part however many rows that you wish, but I didn't want this bag to be too big, so I just did 1 row extension. And like I said, this is just for the sides of the bag. This is for the corner sides of the bag, so we're working on the sides of the bag. So because I still had a long fishing line, I just went ahead to do like I started increasing like the bottom part of the bag. I just started increasing it. um you don't really have to do all of this, but yeah, I don't like wasting fishing line, like cutting it out of nowhere. So I'm just going on ahead to increase like the bottom of the bag. Please protect your fingers, beaders. Whenever you're beading, protect your fingers. Tape it, wear gloves, do whatever you need to protect those fingers, okay? So I'm here just building like the bottom of the bag right now, and I'm just working everything that you see me work on this side. I'm going to work it on the other eyelet. So for example, this particular eyelet is on the left side of our beaded bag, so this extension is going to be worked on the side, on the left side of the eyelet. If I'm grabbing the second eyelet, I'm going to be working the same extension on the right side. It's going to make sense in a minute as you continue to watch the video. Okay, as you can see, these are 2 eyelets. I've not positioned the left one properly, but if you look at the right one carefully, it has been worked on the right side. That extension has been worked on the right side. So you're going to go ahead and, you know, do the same thing on the left and right side. So this is where you decide how wide you want your beaded bag to be. So you can work as many rows as you want. Personally, I worked an addition of 4 rows, but I will recommend that if you do want to add your rows, you should have a total number of rows that is an odd number, not an even number, because I did end up with 12 rows for the width of my bag. So this, let me just say it for seasoned beaders, this entire bag is a 24 by 12 beaded bag. One side has 10, the base is 4, and the other side has 10. So 10 plus 10 plus 4, that is 24. That is for the length. And then the width of the back, which is this top that I'm doing, is a total of 12 rows. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so I'm just working the number of rows here, and I am advising that you should work an odd number of rows, especially if you're putting a magnetic lock. A magnetic lock needs to sit on an odd row in the middle of your bag. So if you have 13 rows for your beaded bag, for example, you are going to have 6 rows on the left, 6 rows on the right, and then that middle row right there, that is where your magnetic lock should sit. So at first, when I was trying to make this bag, I did not want to do a magnetic lock. I thought I was going to put a zipper, so it was not going to cause many problems. With the zip, it doesn't matter whether it's odd or even, but with the magnetic lock, it needs to be an odd number. So it was more of like a last minute thing that said to put a magnetic lock. I still made the magnetic lock work for the even number of rows, but I will strictly advise that if you do want to put a magnetic lock in your bag, make sure that the rows are an odd number. That's all I'm saying. So I just did 4 extra rows in the middle. So I did 3 rows and then the joining row made it 4. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. I'm almost getting to the end. I've just picked 2 beads and I'm crossing with the second bead. And here I'm just going to join with the fishing line on my right. You can pause and screenshot and count these beads. This particular bag passes the phone test. So if you want to copy every single thing that I did, just know that your phone can get into this bag. But I'll prefer that you actually understand what you're doing so you can actually take time to customize it to suit you. You can make this bag in a bigger size, in a smaller size, same bag, okay? Right, this is me just joining. I am inserting the fishing line into the following bead on the right side and the following bead on the left side, and then I am crossing with 1 extra bead, and I'm just going to repeat this entire motion until we have closed our bag. Is going to look like this. It's going to look, shut at the top, and from here you can actually build the length of the bag to however long or how many number of rows you want it to be. Like I said, for me it was 24 rows. You can do it more, you can do it less. I built it separately. For me personally, I build each of the 2 eyelets separately. So you can build 2 eyelets like this till you get to this stage, and then you choose one to increase to however long you want it to be. And I'll show you what I did in a second. Now when you're done, just make sure both your fishing lines meet in one place, tie off your fishing line and cut off the excess. And then we're going to move on to the next part, which is actually the magnetic lock. So it is good practice to put the magnetic lock of your beaded bag while it is nice and flat and it's not already structured. It's just good practice, especially if the magnetic lock is going to be on the inside of the bag. So that's why I decided to make the magnetic lock before I attach the entire bag together. Okay, so as you can see, I have the side on my left hand. I made it longer and this is the shorter side. So this is me at the top here. I have an even number of beads, so I will have to insert my fishing line and do like the attachment of the lock. It's not going to be in a circle of 4. It's going to be in the middle of the circle of 4, so which I'm just going to show you where my fishing lines are going to meet. So this is me just calculating like where the middle is, and if you look at the where the middle is, it is right there where my 2 fishing lines are joining. That's where the middle is going to be if you do an even number of beads, and that is not the right position. That's what I'm saying. The right position of where your magnetic lock should be in between a circle of 4 beads. That is just a space between 4 beads, okay? It's not in the circle of 4 beads. The recent tutorial which I posted alongside this video on how to attach a magnetic lock, I explained that better there, so you can go ahead and check that video out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel at this point, please do, and turn on the notification bell so you know when I am dropping new tutorials on the channel, new videos that are going to help you. If you do want to become like a beaded bag YouTuber, I'm out there making tutorials on this as well. If you want to be a craft YouTuber where you teach people about your craft, about how to bead, how to do stuff, you can send me a message. I have a personal YouTube channel which is called Diary of a Multi Niche, because I do more than beads. I do crochet, I do painting, I do also of art. So I'm showcasing all my talent there, and I'm also showing you tips when it concerns beads. Okay, as you can see, it actually took me a while to figure out the placement for this because I made this mistake of making it an even number. So I'm out here, I'm not just making tutorials for you guys to copy and paste. I'm also showing you guys like the mistakes in my process so you guys can learn from those mistakes. Okay, so this is me. I was just doing whatever I could to make sure that that magnetic lock stays in the middle. I was just doing all sort of things, but I do have an exclusive tutorial on how to attach 2 different kinds of magnetic lock to a beaded bag if you so wish. If you don't want to put a magnetic lock, I have another tutorial on the channel which teaches you, it's a recent tutorial as well, which teaches you how to attach a zip to a beaded bag. Or if you don't want to even put a zip or anything, you could just leave your bag like this. You can skip this step. So I finally maneuvered my fishing line into tremendous ways to finally attach it. I hope you guys were paying attention. But I'm just going to let you guys watch it again slowly here on how to do it. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to let you guys watch. Okay, now that you guys are done watching, hopefully you guys get it. If you don't get it, please go and watch that dedicated video on how to attach a magnetic lock to a beaded bag tutorial. Please go and watch that one, okay? Remember, you're not even supposed to do it in an even number. Do it in an odd number. That's what I'm saying. Right, so this is me trying to attach like the longer side to the shorter side. So I'm just going to set my fishing line into one of the beads at the side, pick up one bead, and then I'm going to attach it to the corresponding bead on the other side, and I'm going to pick up another one bead and I'm going to cross it together. So this is like a basic join, how you join your beaded bag projects. If you decide to make your beaded bag projects in parts, this is how you join it. Okay, it's going to look nice and seamless. It's like you did the entire project together. So I've inserted my fishing line into the following bead right there. I'm inserting the other end of the fishing line into the following bead right there. I'm going to pick up one bead and then I'm going to cross, and I'm going to let you guys watch, but I literally did this until I got to the top. Okay, so when you're done with your last bead, you're going to insert your fishing line to the following bead, pick up one bead, and then I'm going to go down to the other bead so that both fishing lines meet in one place. And then I am just going to tie it off and tuck off all the excess fishing line. Okay, this is what our bag is looking like. It's a rectangle of 24 rows by 12 rows, okay? One side is going to be 10, so you're going to count 10 just like I'm doing here. You're going to fold your bag at the 10th one, and you're going to go ahead and count 10 on the other side as well and fold, okay? So we're doing 10. So 10 and fold just like that. And like I said, it was 24. My base was 4. So you can make your base 2. You can make your base 1. That's going to be one slim bag. You can make your base 5. It depends on you. So I'm folding the other part just like this. And this is going to help us to start building our corner. Okay, so this is what we're having. Disclaimer, I kind of moved away from the camera here. I did not notice. I'm sorry. But we are going to attach the corners here. So you're going to pick up, since we have 4 rows at the bottom, you are going to attach your fishing line to the first of those 4 rows at the bottom and the first of the 10 rows of the side. And you're going to pick up 2 beads and you're going to cross. That's what I did right there. I know you don't see it, but that's what I did right there. It's going to make a circle of 4. You're going to see clearly. Oh, oh my goodness, I can't speak English anymore. I'm so sorry. You're going to see it more clearly when I move the bag eventually. So insert your fishing line to the following bead, pick up 2 beads, and then you are going to cross with the second bead. Okay, then you're going to repeat the same thing for the next 2 beads. Insert your fishing line to the following bead. Then with the fishing line on my left hand, I'm going to pick up 2 beads and then I'm going to cross with the second bead. Right, for this next part, which is literally the replica of what we did when I started doing this, you insert your fishing line to that last bead there of the base and the first bead of the side, and then you're going to pick up 1 bead and cross. So yeah, those are the last beads and the first bead that I was referring to at the start of this base. Okay, right, so we're going to keep building. Make sure you're always matching up your beads and it's always correct. Insert your fishing line to the following bead at the top. With that same fishing line, you're going to pick up 2 beads and cross with the second bead, and I'm going to let you guys watch. Okay, so you are going to just keep building the corners of your bag like this until you're done with this side. And when you're finally done with this side, you're going to repeat the same thing on the other side as well. And that is going to complete our part 2 of this bag. This is the body and the sides. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. If you do make this bag, I got my email in the links in the description, so you can send me a photo. I say ways that you can design it in part 3 of this video, so you do not want to miss it. Make sure you check that out as well. Please like this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, join the channel members. um yeah, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any upload. So that's basically it for the entire of part 2. We're just building just the corners to finish, and yeah, this is how your bag should be looking like by the time you're done. Very cute, very simple. That's how it should look. You see that? And yeah, you can make this as big or as wide as you want. It is all up to you. And that's it for this video so far. I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye.